Hey guys, so Lord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Street Sharks 30th anniversary Dr. Piranhoid. Finally, after all this time, a Billy Joel reference for you there. This, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at Mattel, and yeah, I don't know why it took so long to get these. I waited so long that freaking Streaks sold out, so that sucks. Hopefully I can find one for a reasonable price. I know these are kind of pricey nowadays, which is weird because I didn't think anyone gave a crap about these, but you know, I've been proven wrong many times before, so I guess old habits don't die hard, do they? So, with that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Piranhoid has to offer in terms of accessories, because he does come with, I think, the most. First of all, he's got the cage, and you can stick him in the cage so he can do his smashing pumpkins impression, because despite all of his rage, he still feels like a rat in a cage. That said, we also get this crazy hook weapon here, which you can hold. Be careful with this. You don't want to snap it, taking it out. It does have a little clip here that's pretty soft, so shouldn't have too many issues with that. It also has a missile. You can load up into his little arm cannon here, which I think it's meant to be a harpoon, right? That would make sense given the underwater theme. But all you gotta do is boom! And you can shoot the crap out of your review set, just like I did. I forgot to mention also the hook does rotate. Those of you care about that, it does do it, so there you go. It's also got some little knuckle dusters here, so that's kind of interesting. Does that come out? It felt like it was for a minute, but no, it does not. But taking a closer look at Piranhoid, of course, he is known for this crazy action feature where he's got this, I guess some people think he looks like Gary Busey, but Lex Luthor with like an eye patch looking head. Press the button. Gary Busey. Blarga Flarga. Gary Busey. Blarga Flarga. Gary Busey. Blarga Flarga. Okay. I think you get it. His face changes. It's cool. I'm going to display him with a monster face, obviously. That's how I like my Manny faces. That's how I like my Piranhoids. That's how I like my Blitzwings, if I had one. But at any rate, as far as actual articulation goes, his arm will move up and down on the side, in and out. It does have a hinge at the elbow, but oh, you can straighten it. That's just being a wuss and not doing that. Okay. So you can straighten out more than this. You just gotta give it a little push. This hose is soft, but it is pretty thick, so be mindful of that. This shoulder is tight as heck, but you can hinge it up and rotate it. His elbow does have a single bend in it, and it does rotate. I will say, it does have a little bit of flex to it, so be careful when you're pushing this arm down. You're going to want to come at it from like the side and push on the bicep, which can be easier said than done, because you really need a lot of strength for that. But you do also get a hinge swivel wrist. The wrong hinge for holding stuff, but it can hold stuff. I'll pop that in now, I guess. Here. It's a little tricky to get in there, truth be told. It's a decent grip. I'll give him that. And you pretty much do gotta fight it to get it out, but let me take this behind camera. I don't need behind camera strength. I need crap to not be in my way to get this in here. There. And it's on there. There you go. It's ready to hook, line, and sink all the street sharks to the dark abyss in the sea. But at any rate, he does have a diaphragm joint that will rotate and lean this far forward, this far back. That's kind of impressive. He does have drop-down hips, as well as forward and back, kick out, back down, a little bit of thigh quiver in there, single jointed knee. They do rotate, but I heated these up to the point where they move just fine, and now they're super tight again, so I'm just going to say heat them up if you want to use them. And then he's got like double ball pegs in the feet, so they can move forward and back and rock side to side perfectly and rotate. So kind of wish that's what they did for all of them, to be honest with you, but I'll take it here. I will take it. But I'm putting this missile back in. So he's locked and loaded and ready to go. That is Piranhoid in a nutshell. And I have to be honest, I think I might have to heat up that shoulder, but other than that, I really didn't have any issues with this figure. I think he's pretty cool. I did have to heat up one hip to tighten it up a bit, but that's not that big a deal. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't expect to like this guy as much as I do, but I like him quite a bit. Figure of the year for last year levels? I don't know. Although stranger things have happened, because Moto with his Mondo Chopper from the Nacelle Biker Mice line is definitely one of my top things from last year. But I don't know if anything from this line is, which kind of sucks, because I like Street Sharks more than Biker Mice personally, but I think Nacelle did a way better job with the Biker Mice than Mattel did with the Street Sharks. I say, let's give Nacelle all the offshoot 90s crap, and let Brian do whatever he wants with it, as long as we get good toys out of it. I'm okay with that. I don't care if he writes DeviantArt level fan fiction about all the stuff being in the same universe. I just want good representations of these characters. The story don't mean squat to me, although I might check it out if it's decent. So, with that being said, I think it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Dr. Piranhoid alongside his wave mate, Big Slamu. Stay tuned for a review of him going up tomorrow, as well as the only other villain we got in this line, Slash, the friggin' narwhal. Because it doesn't look like the Slobster or the Killamari Mattel showed at Comic-Con in what, 2024 is it? Are going to see the light of day, which really friggin' sucks. Because A, I really wanted Slobster, and B, this line is turning out to be just like the Motu Thundercats crossover line. Oops, all heroes. And, well, that's no fun now, is it? That said, as far as scaling goes, I'm not entirely sure what Piranhoid's scale is supposed to be, but he's just as big and chunky as the rest of them, with the exception of Slamu, who's extra chunky, because, well, it's his namesake after all, so getting these two out of the way. So we can make way for our two regulars. The Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulith, right here. Move Piranhoid over a little bit. As well as the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, towers over everyone. But definitely not as thick as Piranhoid. He's not the thickest, but he's thicker than old Al Simmons here. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and much to my surprise, I have to say that good old Dr. Piranhoid here has to be one of my favorite figures from this Street Sharks 30th Anniversary collection, which is surprising to me because not only is he possibly the cheapest one next to Slash in this whole line, but I didn't have very high expectations going into this. I thought he was going to be a spot filler. It's Dr. Piranhoid, he's the main villain, yeah, he's cool, but he's not going to be the best. And quite frankly, he might be the best. I don't know. I don't have Streaks as the time I'm recording this video, so I can't speak on him. But I do have Slamoo and all of Wave 1, and I can say that out of all of them, I like Dr. Piranhoid here quite a bit. So, yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's because of the articulation. Maybe it's because he's got the most accessories, which isn't much for this line, but it still counts. But yeah. Yeah. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.